Hey, welcome to Physical Embodiment Studio. I'm Courtney Sprawls, a certified personal trainer, and today I'm going to talk to you about movements to do before a long flight or before travel in general. So whether it's a flight or a road trip, your hips and your body want to move and be lengthened before said adventure. And I know it can feel completely ridiculous to do these things in an airport or in public, but I promise you, everyone else around you is probably wanting to do the same thing and they might not know what to do. So I'm going to give you 7 movements that help you open your hips and feel circulation moving through your body before you go and sit still for a long period of time. So first we're going to start with a butt squeeze. So you're literally just going to engage your glutes and relax. This one you can do a little more subtly where you're just activating your glutes and relaxing, squeezing into the glute muscles. And the way I'm doing it is pressing into the heels, softening the knees, and just activating the glutes and relaxing. I like to do this just to get some blood flow, especially if your butt is pancaked on those seats for a long period of time. This one's great to do before and after a flight or road trip. Then you're going into squats. So you can set up however you like, whatever's most comfortable for you. I like to bring my feet a little bit wider than my hips. And as I sit my hips back, I'm drawing my knees in line with my second toe, keeping my heart really lifted. Exhale, push the ground away. Though it's body weight, you can be really intentional about getting the muscles activated and feeling some resistance with just the power of your mind. So inhaling down, exhaling to lift. And while you're at it, you might as well get your whole back body firing. So engaging your lats and rhomboids and even your triceps as you extend your arms by your side, okay? From there, I recommend going into a squat to a forward fold. It's a hamstring stretch and you're getting some nice mobility through the hips. So you're dropping down into a squat and it's pretty low. So your spine is gonna curve quite a bit, but I want you to keep your heart open. And then from here, you're going to lift your hips up. So you're grabbing onto your feet if that's accessible, sending your hips down, drawing your knees out as you drop, and then lifting your hips up, straightening your legs as much as you can to the top. If that's not working for you and your heels lift up, that's okay too. You can bring your hands to the floor and press your heels down to the floor as you lift your hips, okay? Really try to track your knees out or in line with your second toe when you do this and focus on the lengthening of the hamstrings. From there, a runner's lunge with a little bit of movement. So you're grounding your right foot forward, left foot back, and I want you to lengthen your left leg, keeping your shoulders over your hips, tucking your pelvis under. Right away, you're going to feel the lengthening of the hip flexor and the engagement in the glute. When you're here, you can stay here and breathe and just hang out. This feels great. Otherwise, you can drop your knee down towards the floor, keeping the pelvic tilt and then lifting up. So it's like a lunge, but I really like this one because I'm lifting my heel high, I'm getting the lengthening of the hip flexor, and I'm being really mindful of the glute activation. Okay, so talk to your body before you go on that flight. Really try and get the muscles firing before you put them in that position of stagnicity. I don't know if that's a word, but stagnant energy for the rest of the flight. Let's go ahead and switch sides. If you're following along, your knees in line with your ankle, you're tucking your pelvis under, and then you're going to bend and straighten that back leg. Okay, so you come up a little bit, but you're really focusing on the bending and straightening of that back leg. Okay? Now that your hip flexors are nice and open, your glutes are nice and engaged, we're going into lateral lunges. This one's going to lengthen your adductors. So your feet are really wide. I like my heels in and toes out just a little bit. Send your hips over to one side, lengthen through this inner thigh. If you want, you can even lift the toes and ground the heel. Come through center, squeeze the glutes, engage the inner thighs, drop it down to the other side. Okay, go as low as you comfortably can without compromising the form of your spine, or obviously you want to avoid pain on this one, so try and avoid the range of motion that's not comfortable for your body, okay? From there, I would recommend, now that you have some blood flow, going into a quad stretch. I do this one if there's a stable wall or chair nearby, so you can grab a hold of something stable, ground one foot, grab the opposite foot, bring your knee in towards your other knee and then tuck your pelvis under. Your shoulders are dropped over your hips, your rib cage is pressed in rather than poking out, right? And you're tucking your pelvis under your hips while your knees are close together. So from the front, your knees are pretty close, pelvis is tucked, and you're feeling a lengthening of the quad. Squeezing into the glute does help amplify the hip flexor lengthening as well, okay? Go ahead and switch sides, find your balance, find something stable to either hold on to or to look at. tuck the pelvis under, feel the lengthening of the front of the leg. Okay, really activating that glute. Once you've gotten that nice quad stretch, you can go into a sciatic nerve floss. So if you ever have sciatic tension or pain in your hips when you're seated for long periods of time, this one's really great for getting the nerve to floss through the leg. So you're going to send your hips back a little bit, kick your left heel forward onto the floor, toes are spread, and then you're just gonna tap your foot down and lift like you're waiting on someone, right? But you're gonna take your time. So you're gonna dip your toe down towards the floor and lift up towards your face. Keeping the priority of your spine long, neck is stable, core locked in, just lowering and lifting that foot. Then switch sides, the heel is gonna be on the floor, this knee is bent, you're supporting yourself with this glute, you're just gonna tap and lift your toes up off the floor. Okay, if you'd like to do this seated, you can. Maybe you're just waiting for your flight to board, you're just gonna go here, and even folding forward can be a little more tense, but you can feel it there as well. So hopefully that helped. I'd love to see more people moving around in the airport. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and leave them below. Be sure to like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.